Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to the NoDQ.com predictions video for the 2021 Survivor Series pay-per-view. This will be the final WWE pay-per-view of 2021. No TLC this year. The next one on the calendar is January 1st, WWE Day 1. But we'll talk about that at the end of 2021. Right now we got Survivor Series, which back in the day was a pretty big deal. It was one of the big four. I guess technically it is still one of the big four, but man, the hype for this one is not real, my friends. It feels so lackluster. But let's go ahead and introduce everybody and get everyone's overall excitement level for this pay-per-view. Big Bálor G, you've been on here for a long time with us. 1 to 10, yes. How you feeling about the show and your overall excitement for Survivor Series?
Man, I was big on Survivor Series, and now it just feels like any other pay-per-view. You know, Raw versus Smackdown. We've seen it since the brand split, and I'm gonna go 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10. All right.
We'll see if they do something, but other than that, yeah, 5 out of 10.
All right, let's throw it over to Steve-O. Steve-O, glad to have you back on. How you doing? 1 to 10. How you feeling for this show?
Always a pleasure to be on. Unfortunately, the show is not looking so hot. It's really sad because, like you mentioned in yesterday's Raw recap, Survivor Series used to be one of my favorite pay-per-views starting off as a kid. I remember the Ultimate Survivor. Cops are out to get – is this Steiner in the house?
Steiner's ringing my doorbell.
He's going to tell you a math problem.
Right.
And he debuted at the Survivor Series.
Yes, he did. 2002. Give me the effing mic.
Ron Word, I guess, returned, but debuted as Papa Pump. But anyways.
Well, the debut of the Papa Pump character, but he was in WWE prior back in the early 90s.
So, unfortunately, despite like the great memories of past Survivor Series, this brand supremacy theme sucks. So, overall, there's a few good matches. So 5 out of 10 for the matches. But if we were going to only go for the Survivor Series concept, I would probably be more like 2 or 3 because, this brand stuff sucks. I'm just going to leave it at that.
All right. And he's been on a couple of times with us. He's usually in the chat room providing some insight. We got Walter Cruz joining us again. Walter, thank you for coming on short notice. You were actually a substitute for a regular on the NoDQ channel, and I'm not going to mention his name because he bailed on us last second. So, Walter, how's it going? How you feeling about this pay-per-view?
I'm good. I appreciate the invite. Thanks for having me. I'm at about a 4. Yeah, Survivor Series means something special to me. The first live event I ever went to, like I said off camera, was the Survivor Series. So now it means a lot.
You were at the 1990 Survivor Series. What was that experience like? The Undertaker's debut. Any memories of that?
Yeah, it was awesome. But I mean, I was 7. He kind of made me cry seeing him. He was scary to me.
Right?
I was like, what the heck is that? I've never seen a human that big. So I mean, then you got the gobbledygoober. It's like, as an adult, I don't know if I'm mixing my kid and adult feelings, but that was the stupidest thing ever. But I don't know if I was happy. I don't remember whether I was happy as a kid about it.
Mad jealousy on my end. That's like the first pay-per-view I watched, and I loved it so much. So to be there live, I'm mad jealous of you, Walter.
Yeah, the first pay-per-view I've ever saw was WrestleMania 2. I was 2 years old, 2 or 3. My uncle was like addicted to wrestling. He got me into it, and then like after like 1990, he hated it.
All right, so I'm gonna say maybe a 6. See, the build-up has been lackluster. Yeah, I would put it very low, like a 2 or 3. But I know it's going to be a really strong pay-per-view. You got a fairly strong card minus the build-up, and I think that it will deliver. I think the matches will be really good, and I think it'll end up being a really strong show. I just wish they put more stock into it. But as we were talking off camera, in this era, Peacock, WWE already has their money, and there's really not any kind of necessity to build up these pay-per-view shows. And Survivor Series just feels like another pay-per-view. Doesn't feel like anything special. And I've talked about this all the time, how they should not have the draft a month before Survivor Series when a lot of these guys representing Raw were on SmackDown a month ago. It's ridiculous. So that's
we say that every year.
The problem is they don't care about the brands the entire year, and then all of a sudden it's the end of the year and go, oh, we got to care about the brand. Like, you've been switching brands all year, people showing up, nobody cared about it. It didn't mean anything, and then all of a sudden November comes and you're supposed to be proud of what brand you're on. Now,
Corbin had a good point there. Like, I remember when they started doing Raw and SmackDown, they would have at least the people from Raw show up on SmackDown, people showing SmackDown on Raw a couple weeks to build it up. But I saw, they didn't do anything this past week, and I saw yesterday on Raw, the Usos showed up.
Yeah,
and that was about it. I was like, really? You want us to care?
Wasn't there even a year where like Big Show switched teams? Didn't like Big Show like take off his shirt and have a Raw shirt or something?
We're not even starting the predictions
he did that
yet.
for the ECW. Like there was like some WWE versus ECW thing, and then like he took off.
This is how WWE really cares about the pay-per-views. Remember when there was qualifying matches? This year they decided to put the teams on Twitter. Like, and seriously, how lazy are you?
They had matches to change it.
Yeah, I'm like seriously, I don't know.
Now, Big G, I forgot we actually have NXT, so technically we do have one more pay-per-view. For those of you that are not aware, Big G is in the lead with the No DQ Predictions League. He is in first place, but Caitlin, myself, and Noah are 1 point behind him. So we do have NXT as the final WWE pay-per-view. You're not off the hook. Even if you win Survivor Series, you could still lose NXT. So you got two more, Big G. Let's go ahead and get to these predictions. And real quick, shout out to my wife, Caitlin, who's here, and Aaron, the ladies of No DQ. They recorded a video earlier that will be going up in the near future. They did their predictions. Stay tuned for that. Now, let's get to the first match. We got 6 matches, but I'm guessing a couple of these matches will be quite long. Let's start off with one that would have been really nice if it had some build-up, but nope, they just announced it pretty much last minute. We got the United States champion, Damian Priest, over on Monday Night Raw, going up against the Intercontinental champion, Shinsuke Nakamura, who I believe has only had like one title defense. So he's pretty much an afterthought as champion. Him and Rick Boogs are very entertaining, but the title basically means nothing right now. And I'm going to be quick. I'll go first on this one. I think Damian Priest is clearly the guy that they're pushing right now. Nakamura is a champion, but that title means nothing. And Damian Priest is the guy they're focusing on right now. So to me, this is probably the easiest match for me to predict. Damian Priest, easy peasy. Steve-O, what do you think? Any other thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a damn shame that this match can have a bigger height to it. I fully expect it to be a pretty solid match. I think both men will put in a good work on that. Yeah, like it's funny, like when Shinsuke was King Nakamura, that was like more popular than his being the the Intercontinental champion. Like he had that going, and then they're like, oh, we're just gonna have him retire it randomly. And yeah, nothing memorable with the IC title. I will give WWE props that Damian Priest has actually been a successful NXT call-up, knocking on wood, of course, like for any future things that happen. Like they changed his music, that's terrible, but I mean, otherwise they've been doing a pretty good job on Damian Priest. So based off that alone, Damian Priest wins. That's all I got.
All right, we'll throw it over to Walter.
Yeah, it's sad that the IC title doesn't mean anything. It went from, it used to be a stepping stool for whoever they were gonna push or be the WWE champion, had the belt, like Bret Hart. And I mean, my favorite IC champ was Mr. Perfect, even though he never became WWE champ. But so I'm going with Damian Priest. Plus, Damian has a built-in story. Yeah, he had the anger or like a whole different side of him coming out lately. So I'm going with him. I mean, I don't know if Nakamura is gonna take that side out of him because they're both baby faces, but I mean, I guess if Rick Boogs interferes, he can get angry, I guess. I don't know how that would fit in, but yeah.
Maybe Priest. Elias comes back and helps out Damian Priest, and he's angry that that Boog stole his guitar gimmick and thus made him irrelevant.
Bad Bunny for the
That's
assist.
true.
Hey, maybe. I mean, Bad Bunny could come back and make a special appearance. Big G, I'm very curious. I'm paying close attention to your prediction since you're 1 point ahead of us.
I'm 1 point ahead.
I got to see if you differ from us on anything. So Big
God,
G,
the pressure is on. Literally,
Nakamura. Go with Nakamura.
no. It should be a good match. Yeah, the build, like I said before, before they would have Raw and SmackDown go on each other's shows and build it up. Now they really haven't done anything. I don't know.
Nakamura.
He has been
I
on
want to
the
say
move.
Priest, but
No.
no. I mean, both guys. I don't know. Frick.
Well,
I'm gonna go with Damian Priest.
Oh
I'm
man.
gonna go with Priest just to have that safe bet. I was like, if Nakamura was doing better, then I would say Nakamura. But like you said, he's only had one title reign right now. And yeah, the Rick Boogs thing is cool, but I mean that's all he's got to his name. I feel like most of the titles in WWE right now are just toy belts to me.
Yeah.
They have no meaning.
They're just a ploy to sell merchandise, really,
Pretty much.
right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. We're one match down. We all agreed on the first match. Let's move on here. Let's talk about the tag team match between the tag team champions from each brand. We got RK Bro versus the Usos. Now, apparently this is going to be Randy Orton's 177th match, which according to ProFightDB.com, which has a history of all the matches, it's a database, Randy Orton and Kane are currently tied at 176 each. So if Randy Orton competes on Sunday, he will break the record for the most WWE pay-per-view matches of anybody in history. That is crazy. Now, Johnny Boy sent in a $5 super chat, says, I feel the show will be good because WWE has a good pay-per-view track record, but I feel they didn't care for Survivor Series this year because they couldn't get The Rock. Yeah, we forgot about that. This is the 25-year anniversary of The Rock. They're in New York, in Brooklyn. Rock made his debut in 1996, Madison Square Garden, and doesn't look like he's going to be there. And I think whenever that fell through, they decided, well, whatever, we're just going to throw the pay-per-view out there, and it is what it is.
I think Rock probably will record something and they'll put it on the screen. Like he'll record something in front of his gym.
I hope so. I hope they do something.
Yeah, it should.
Yeah, they did a photo shoot with several people, including Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. But yeah, for a big anniversary, there's like nothing mentioned about it other than that photo shoot. So it's kind of sad.
I mean, they made last year all about the Undertaker, and it's just weird that they barely even mentioned The Rock.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
he's big time Hollywood now, so
yeah, he is.
Got that new movie Red Notice out on Netflix.
Cheap plug. Let's get to these predictions.
Yeah.
Big G, I'm going to throw it right back over to you for this tag team match, RK Bro versus the Usos, brand supremacy. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, this should be another good match. Both tag teams I like. I like RK Bro. They got the comedy going on a little bit with Matt Riddle and the seriousness with Randy Orton. And, of course, on the SmackDown side, you got the Usos. The Usos just came off a loss against the New Day last week, so I'm going to go with the Usos to get the W here.
All right, Steve-O.
This is actually a pretty tricky one to pick because they both have like a good back and forth record. It should be a pretty solid match. Great pairing. Both are pretty much the top of their leagues in the tag team divisions. Obviously because of the tag champions, but I digress. Let's see. I think I'm going to actually go with RK Bro for this one. I was thinking it was going to be another Bloodline shutout, but I don't know. I can't really come up with the logic, but I'm just going to go with RK Bro on this one. I think that they'll have a good outing this time around.
Okay. Fair enough. Let's throw it over to Walter.
Yeah, this one's tough. I was going back and forth. I was actually listening to you two to see if I would sway one way or another. Both teams are being pushed strong right now.
Yeah.
But I think because of the bloodline, I'm going to go with the Usos. Only because of the bloodline. Unless you turn into a story, if they lose, then Roman's going to be all over them. But I think they'll win. Yeah.
Well, Matt Riddle. Oh, we got a cat cameo, ladies and gentlemen. Wait, hold on a second. Cat cameo. Now we got the ratings. Let's get those numbers up on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter.
She goes with the Usos too.
Well, does that mean I have to go with the Usos? Here's the thing, Big G. To quote Jeff Meacham. Now, see, here's the thing. Normally, I would go with you because I think you got a cat there, and that to me is enough to persuade me. But this is the end of the No DQ Predictions League, and I got to go big or go home. On my notes here, guess what I wrote down? I wrote down RK Bro. So I'm sticking with that. Okay. RK Bro to win. Riddle took a pinfall on Raw. It's Randy Orton's record-breaking pay-per-view appearance. Yep. It's Randy Orton. I think Orton and Riddle are going to take the win. But this one's tough. This one could go either way.
Yeah.
Would not shock me if the Usos
we all know eventually they're going to break up, so this could be the start of it. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Now we'll move on to a very interesting match. I'm really curious to see how this one plays out. We got Raw Women's Champion versus the SmackDown Women's Champion, Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. Actually, this might be the most interesting match as far as build-up goes because of the stuff going on behind the scenes and all this talk about Charlotte going off the script or whatever, and Becky Lynch confronting her backstage, and apparently they're not close anymore. Maybe they're taking something that was a shoot, they're turning it into a work. But regardless of the case, I think it's worked as far as getting people more interested in this match. And this is another one. I'm really torn on this one. Walter, I want to start with you this time. Becky versus Charlotte, Raw champion versus SmackDown champion. Could be a DQ or something, but who do you think is going to get the W?
Yeah, this is really tough for me. I was thinking about this. I wish there was a Money in the Bank holder, like a woman's Money in the Bank holder, and then someone would cash in at the end of this. That's almost what I wish, because I feel like it'll end in some DQ, and then somebody would get beat up and be laying there, and then someone would cash in. But
right,
that'd be interesting with two titles on the line, nonetheless.
Yeah, this is hard. I'm going to say Becky only because of the heat that's on Charlotte. And then again, Becky won the last one. Yeah, I'll stick with Becky. I'm going to go with Becky on this one.
All right. So now we'll throw it over to the No DQ Predictions League leader right now, Big G.
God. Didn't we see this match like in 2018, 2019, something like this between them two?
Evolution.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was Becky. That was Charlotte versus Ronda.
We've seen this match so many times.
Oh my God. I don't know. I'll go with Becky. It should be one hell of a match, but if it is a work, the hatred between the two of them right now, and if there is heat on Charlotte, I'm just gonna go with Becky. Becky has the most momentum coming out of SummerSlam and just coming back, and I feel like Vince wants to continue where she left off as Raw champion before she got pregnant, and Charlotte's just there. So,
all right. Well, the question is, should I go with Charlotte?
Caitlin, I do not want to talk about that Lions game.
This is really a flip of a coin, this match. It really is.
My notes, I put down Becky, so I'm going to stick with Becky. I'm sticking with my notes unless I really feel like Big G says something that makes me go the other way. But yeah, I'm going to go with Becky on this one as well. But this could be a match where they do a DQ or count out. Would not shock me at all.
Caitlin, this match could end up in a tie. Okay.
It could. All right, Steve-O, anything you would like to add?
I'm going to go against all three of you.
Oh. Whoa.
And
Bro.
here's why. So, because what Walter mentioned with the stuff about Becky winning the other matches and having a couple victories, like throughout 2018, Becky beat Charlotte in quite a few matches. I think that, and because of the heat, I think that Charlotte's going to get her victory. I mean, yeah, it is pretty interesting how they went with this whole, shoot to work storyline. We've seen this happen many times in wrestling, and usually leads to some solid results. Now, could they possibly do like a Montreal screw job like finish? I could possibly see that because WWE likes to do that kind of things and play Survivor Series off of that. I see people commenting in the chat about Ronda Rousey returning. As much as I would welcome that, that's not going to happen because she just had a baby in September. So I don't think we'll see her until the post WrestleMania after at the very soonest. But I don't know when she'll return, if she'll return. But that's the earliest I could see her returning.
Well,
yeah,
real quick, let me say this about Ronda. I think that there's a little bit of a chance we could see her back in time for WrestleMania. They got 2 nights. They got to have 2 main events. So what's going to be the first night main event? Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey, the singles match that we never got. So we'll see. I mean, theoretically, she could be recovered and ready to go by then. I mean, Becky Lynch was ready before SummerSlam, and they held off bringing her back, but then they had to bring her back because Sasha was unavailable.
True. Money talks.
We saw all the workout videos of Becky though, and I don't know if this Ronda Rousey's. I think she's happy on a farm right now. I don't think she's trying to train to come back.
Shout out to Aaron's son Thomas. Hi Tommy. Tommy is watching us right now, so we got a couple extra viewers. Maybe other people have their friends or kids watching. We very much appreciate it. If you're enjoying this video, please give it a like on YouTube and consider subscribing, youtube.com/AaronRiff.NoDQ. You can see the URL scrolling at the bottom. All right. So we'll now move on to the Survivor Series elimination matches, which back in the day used to be the selling point of this pay-per-view. Now it just doesn't feel like a big deal anymore because, well, for one thing, nothing's on the line, and these matches just feel thrown together, and nobody can really get along, yada, yada, yada. So we got the women's elimination match. We got Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Carmella, and Queen Zelina up against Sasha Banks. We got Shayna Baszler, Big G's at one-time favorite. We got Natalya. We got Shotzi, no longer a Blackheart, and a mystery woman. Of course, we do the predictions video, and they don't tell us who the 5th person is. So I already have my prediction for this one, despite not knowing that final participant. And Big G, I'm going to start with you on this one. I'm going to let you go first for the women's match. So what we're doing for the Predictions League, in addition to picking the winner, the winning team, you're also picking who's going to be eliminated first from the match as a bonus point. So if that person's eliminated first, you'll get an extra point in the league. So go ahead.
All right. So like you said, these matches really don't mean diddly squat because there's nothing on the line. You know, maybe the winner or winners could get a shot at the title or something like that, or earn the number 1 spot, number 30 spot for the Royal Rumble. But no. So I'm going to go with Team Raw to win. And
scared me.
Throw up that graphic again for Team SmackDown.
Yeah, I need the graphic to see who's on the team.
Just to remember who's in the match.
Yeah, okay.
I have the match listings, so.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go. God, I don't know.
You got.
I'm gonna go with Shayna. I'm gonna go with Shayna Baszler to be the first one eliminated.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
Oh man,
that's crazy. Oh, so hi to Peyton. We got Peyton watching as well. So we got a lot of youngsters watching. Very cool. All right.
So watch your language, people.
Yes, everybody watch your language.
I should have my son make a cameo now.
No,
I actually was
after
careful.
dark here.
I said, give me the friggin' mic or the effing mic earlier.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll go next. I looked at the participants in this match, and to me, the one that I think is going to be pushed the strongest moving forward is Bianca Belair. And she is coming off her unsuccessful attempt at beating Becky Lynch for the title. So I think she's going to need a big win here. So I'm going to go with Team Raw. I'm going to agree with Big G as much as I would like to disagree to try and win this predictions league. I am going to agree with Big G. Team Raw will prevail. Dwayne thinks that Asuka returns and helps SmackDown win it. Asuka could be the first one out if she returns. I mean, they're not pushing her strongly. And I could very well see Shayna. I think that's kind of sad, but I could see that. However, for my pick, I'm going to go with Carmella as the first one eliminated from the match. Now I'll throw it over to Steve-O.
All right. So, yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you guys on Team Raw. I was analyzing the list of the competitors on both teams. Having Sasha on Team SmackDown is a big one. She's, always in the highlights of SmackDown and just like one of the featured players. But right now, I think with Bianca Belair on Raw, and Liv Morgan has her upcoming title shot against Becky Lynch. I think you got some star talent there. The rest is to be desired among Carmella, Rhea Ripley, unfortunately, and Queen Zelina. It's like, who cares? Now, who do I think will be eliminated first? I'm looking back and forth on the teams. Shayna Baszler is very big possibility. I see some people in the chat saying TBA will be Toni Storm, which that would be an easy elimination first. But
right,
I'm going to go with Shotzi. I know they're kind of trying to push her, but I don't think WWE's that serious about it, or it will last long term. So I'm just going to go with Shotzi as the first lady eliminated.
All right, and now we'll throw it over to Walter.
Can you graphic one more time for me?
You need the graphic again. All
yeah.
right.
That's how much I care about this match. Sorry, folks.
Just leave up the graphic and we'll just talk.
No, that's all right. I got it. I'm gonna go against everyone. I'm gonna say SmackDown wins, and Natalya is gonna be the first to get eliminated.
I was thinking maybe Natalya too. That's a good pick.
Yeah,
a good pick. Yeah,
I think Queen and Carmella, they're gonna protect each other for a little bit of the match, not let each other get eliminated because they're buddies.
Yeah,
and then Shotzi and Sasha Banks are probably gonna end up fighting, causing them to get eliminated. I do think on Raw, Bianca's going to be the last one, and she's probably going to eliminate 2 or 3 people by herself to keep her strong, but in the end, lose.
Yeah, could happen. Very solid prediction there. All right, so now we'll move on to the other Survivor Series match, the men's Survivor Series match. All right, we got on Team Raw, Seth freaking Rollins, the Visionary. We got Finn Bálor. We got the newly healed Kevin Owens. We got Austin Theory. So much for Adam Pearce wanting to have the entire team consist of former WWE champions. Yeah, I guess we forgot about that whole aspect of the storyline. And Bobby Lashley rounding out Team Raw, which is pretty solid. And then on the other side, we got former WWE champion Drew McIntyre. We got Jeff Hardy. We got King Woods. We got another mystery guy. And then we got Happy Corbin. All right. So, Steve-O, let's throw it over to you first on this one. Who do you got winning? Sole survivor, multiple people, and then your bonus, who's going to be the first one eliminated?
Oh boy, yeah. That adding Austin Theory, I get he's kind of in the midst of a push, but yeah, just it was so random and so stupid. This whole Adam Pearce heel turn thing or whatever they're doing right now, lame as fuck. Whoop. Sorry, kids. But anyways,
monetized.
All right. Anyways, pretty much just I'm just not digging that. So I mean, I'd say the Raw side has a more star-studded lineup. Mostly everyone's former champions except Austin Theory. But I'm actually going to go with SmackDown on this one. I think that Drew McIntyre is going to be a sole survivor. I think they'll do that so he can build up a future match with Roman Reigns and have that accolade to his name. Hey, he was the sole survivor of this Survivor Series and things like that. I have no clue who the mystery team member will be. Probably not going to be terribly exciting. Would be amazing if it was The Rock, but probably not.
Nope.
But anyways, first person eliminated. I'm looking at the list right now. Let's go with Jeff Hardy.
All right. Did I put Jeff Hardy? Well, you know what? I'll do mine next. First of all, let me read off Psycho Jet Black's super chat. He said, Charlotte and Becky Lynch ends in a DQ because Tony Storm and Liv Morgan interfere, leading to a tag team match. Holla, holla, playa. Well, if this was Monday Night Raw or SmackDown, 100%, that would be a possibility. They'll probably just be a DQ, and that'll be the end of it. All right. So now I will go ahead and give mine. And Steve-O, I'm with you on that one. That's why I'm going to go next here because I pretty much have nothing to add to it. I think Drew McIntyre, looking at that list, is the guy that's being pushed the strongest, will probably face Roman Reigns for the title at some point, possibly soon. So I think McIntyre is going to be the sole survivor. Maybe there'll be two survivors, but McIntyre definitely surviving. And I agree with you. Jeff Hardy was what I wrote down on my notes for first person eliminated. So I'm going with Jeff Hardy. Now we'll throw it over to Big G, see if he goes in a different direction to make things more interesting or if he's going to stick with us.
Did we do a sole survivor for the women's match? I don't even remember that.
We did. And didn't
I'm going to go with Liv Morgan to be the sole survivor.
Oh, Liv Morgan. Okay. I thought you went with Shayna.
No, Shayna was first eliminated.
Oh, no, we're not doing sole survivor. We're just doing first eliminated.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to go with SmackDown. And I'm going to go with Happy Corbin to be the first eliminated.
All right. Well, I would love that if Happy Corbin was the first guy out, but I feel like we're not lucky enough for that.
Madcap Moss is going to tell him a joke. He's going to get distracted and he'll get eliminated. There you go.
Well, Big G, you went different. So this is going to be interesting. You went with SmackDown. So there's two matches that you and I have different opinions on. Well, we'll see how that affects the whole outing. Anyways, Walter, we'll get your thoughts now.
All right, let me address Liam's comment first. I don't think the mystery person is Brock Lesnar. Because they can't lift it. Adam Pearce is the one that suspended him. They're not going to lift him when he's going for Team Raw. But I say Jeff Hardy gets eliminated first. That's funny because I got added to the list last, and I've been to the video last, and as soon as I saw the graphic, I was like, Jeff's going. But I think Smack. That's a shame too, because Jeff Hardy is one of my favorite wrestlers.
I know. We're just thinking of like. It's a typical WWE thing. The guy you want to see and gets eliminated first.
And I just noticed Finn Bálor is the only face on Raw. Everybody's heels, so I don't think anybody's going to get along. It's going to be too much ego, so that's why I think SmackDown is going to win.
Good point.
I go with you that I don't think Drew will be the sole survivor. It's going to be Drew, and I need the graphic again to see who's on SmackDown.
Now wait a minute. I just said that Big G disagreed with us, but I think I screwed up because I said McIntyre, which is SmackDown, and Big G, you said SmackDown, right?
Yeah.
Nobody called me out on that, but yeah, so we actually agree on that because I went with McIntyre and he's SmackDown. I forgot that he is on SmackDown now. All right, so yeah, McIntyre. I'm going with SmackDown. Big G. So we're only Big G. You and I are only different on the one match so far,
right? And the first eliminated. So.
Yeah. I don't think Drew's going to be the only survivor though. I think there's going to be more than one. Let me see. I think Woods. It's going to be Woods and McIntyre be the two left. I don't think they're going to let Woods get. Yeah, I don't think they're going to let Woods go away right now. He's being strongly pushed. He's the king. He looked good against Roman. Like I was surprised they let him look that good.
Why do I feel like it's just going to be Kofi as the last guy?
I was thinking that. I swear,
I
it's probably going to be Kofi, but I wish somebody, because I'm trying to think who's injured and who would return, but there's
Bray
like
Wyatt.
no one I can think of. Yeah,
No,
I mean,
they'll name it
he's he's making a movie though, isn't he?
Who, Kofi?
No, Bray Wyatt. Somebody said Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, Wyatt's working on. He's doing. I don't know if it's like behind the scenes or what, but he's doing some kind of movie.
Yeah.
So you won't see him in the wrestling business for a while. Oh, Walter.
Walter Cruz?
No, Walter.
You know, somebody thought that I've like made up my name because Walter. That's my real birth name. Somebody thought I was just like a fan of. No, that's if I was gonna make up a name, it wouldn't be Walter out of all names.
Oh, Von Wagner.
Yeah,
I could see that.
Maybe Braun Breaker.
I don't think it'll be any exciting.
I think we're all gonna have. We're gonna go. Oh, it probably will be something stupid like coffee or something.
Yeah, probably
shit! Liam said Sheamus. I think that's a good.
Actually, knowing WWE, the mystery partner is gonna be the gobbledygoober just for nostalgia. It's gonna be something stupid like that.
I can see that.
Oh, Aaron made a comment that I think that Psycho Jet Black would be proud of. It's going to be lame like Ricochet. All right. Let's get to the main event, guys. We got the WWE Champion, Big E Langston, going up against the Tribal Chief, the head of the table, the Universal Champion for 400-something days as champion, whatever it is, Roman Reigns. This one, I'll go first on this one. I say this every time. It's hard to bet against Roman Reigns. I just don't do it. Now, granted, this is a match where the titles are not on the line, so Roman Reigns could lose to Big E, but I'm going to go with the safe pick. I'm going with the Tribal Chief to retain. Well, not retain, but he will win this match. And he technically did lose recently. He lost on SmackDown last week to Xavier by DQ. So, yeah, I think Roman Reigns wins. This one's pretty easy. But Big G, you want to go with Big E here? Big G? Big E?
No. I've learned my lesson to bet against Roman Reigns, so I'm going with Roman Reigns. I mean, it should be a good match, so. But Roman Reigns. And then maybe Seth Rollins will cash in his little contract on Big E.
I don't think he can do that. I don't think it's like Money in the Bank, but I don't even know at this point.
I don't either.
He might have to say it ahead of time, like, "Oh, I challenge you for this day," not just random. But they never really explained it.
All right. Well, Walter, what are your thoughts?
Well, anybody who personally knows me knows my wife, and I like to keep peace in my house. I'm going Roman. I can't pick against Roman. She would kill me. It's like it's either Roman's gonna win or we're gonna have a BS finish and no one's gonna win. It's gonna be some kind of weird double count out, interference. Something's gonna happen, weird shenanigans. But
that's bad.
My official pick will be Roman, but
thinking that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked. And like Liam that said Brock Lesnar would come back and survive. If he would come back, why would he not interfere in this match? It would be the Survivor Series match. Who cares about that? Right. It would be he'll do something in this match.
All right, Steve-O, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, if I were to pick Big E, I'd have to write jackass on my forehead. So, I mean,
you'd have to have
going to do that. So, yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I think it'll be a good back and forth match, and maybe Big E will come close to winning, but I'm predicting the usual shenanigans with the Usos getting involved. I hope they switch it up somewhat. Like, even have Roman win it clean, but yeah. I can't see it being any other way.
It's probably going to be like a carbon copy of last year, Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre, where it's going to be back and forth, but you're going to have all the interference, and Roman will win by the skin of his teeth. Kind of the same thing. It's getting a little tedious, but yeah, and that's how it's going to go down.
Like maybe Kofi and Xavier will get involved. And a little side note I just wanted to say was I actually thought they were gonna write off Xavier last week because they did that big beat down on him and Roman stole the crown because G4 just recently relaunched and Xavier's gonna be big on that. I thought that's what they were gonna try to do, but I guess that's not the direction they're going. So fair enough. But no, yeah, you got a good point there, Aaron. I think that maybe the New Day and the Bloodline will have like a big brawl outside and all shenanigans happen, but eventually Roman just does whatever he has to do to get Big E down for the pin, and that's pretty much that. And until we see maybe Brock Lesnar at Royal Rumble, or if they're doing the Super Showdown Saudi pay-per-view before WrestleMania with Lesnar and him, maybe the title will change, or whenever The Rock comes back. But anytime before that, probably not going to happen.
Man, if you had the Usos brawling with the New Day out there, and then all of a sudden the Rock's music hit, he came down, hit Roman with a rock bottom, and then Big E pinned him. Man, the place would come unglued. You'd have your WrestleMania match set up, but
I would lose it.
I don't think it's going to happen, guys. I really don't want to get people's hopes up. I think it's highly unlikely, but man, that would be something else.
If you smell, I'll jump like I'm 10 years old. I'm telling you.
I think but do not buy or do not subscribe to Peacock thinking you might see The Rock on Sunday. That's all I'm going to say. I hope he shows up, but I would not.
If you don't have Peacock now, don't get it just because The Rock might show up.
I feel like the only way he'll show up is via satellite. It'd be looking like us right now, like just on a video screen.
I could see that.
All right, let's go ahead and do our plugs. We're done with the predictions for Survivor Series. Thank you guys for being on the panel, and thank you to everybody watching. Walter, I'll start with you. Anything you would like to plug or promote?
I don't have anything to promote, but if you guys want to follow me, I'm at Walter Alex Cruz there. That's my Twitter handle. So you can follow me there. That's pretty much all I have.
All right. We'll throw it over to Steve-O.
Hey, guys. It's me, Steve-O, as usual, at SteveOJ on Twitter. You can find me in the Facebook comment section very often on NoDQ.com, commenting on all the stories, and I'm always up for a good chat there. But also follow my groups page at Too Sweet Cosplay on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for your wrestling and cosplay varieties. That's all I got. As always, I appreciate being on these videos and discussing some good topics with you guys.
Absolutely. All right, now we will throw it over to the big baller, Big G.
Yes, NoDQ.com/Big Baller G will take you to my Twitter page. I haven't really been on Twitter lately. I mean, I'm on there, but I really haven't posted anything like that. And you can also, if you have TikTok, Big Baller G 1988. That is it for me. Thank you very much.
I've seen those TikTok videos. You like the songs, you come out to them and do the entrances and everything.
I try. There's obviously people better out there, but
yeah, I'm too old.
Thank you guys again. Yeah, me too. Thank you guys again. NoDQ.com.
It is.
I'm going to be careful because Caitlin's watching right now. She likes TikTok, so I plead the fifth. Anyways, NoDQ.com.
Follow me, Caitlin. I think she does.
NoDQ.com. I'll be doing live coverage this coming Sunday night. I'm always confused now with the pay-per-view Saturday or Sunday. What the hell is going on here? I become it. Judas.
It's a shame that this is the last pay-per-view and WWE's going out with this. Like,
NXT.
NXT War Games.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
the main roster. Yeah.
All right, guys, that's all we got. Thank you all so much. Enjoy the rest of your week. Check out Caitlin and Aaron's video. That will be up shortly, maybe by the time most of you are watching this. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.
Peace.
Peace.